Okay, so we are back for another session of Riftbreakers. We left off on, let's see what hex this is. We left off on hex 2221 actually, or it's actually 22.20, and we are now going to move to a new hex. This is day 6 as well, so that is important. What day it is and how many hexes there are, because once we get to 19 hexes, we get to that rift closure. So I'm going to move to 2319, move down, and then you have to make the travel check. And I'm going to roll a d10 and see what we get. Okay, so that is a 6. 6 plus indicates that you've come across some sort of danger. Use the region's combat encounter table. So we are in the Crystal Plains. So combat encounter table. I roll a d20 to see who I encounter. That's a 4. So bandits? Bandits are pretty easy and fairly common. I did make a sort of house rule that we would switch up the bandits. That's 1 through 10. But we'll get into it another time. So this is bandits. So in that case, we're gonna move here. Bandits once again. So there we go. Also, my health is back up, I believe. So we're gonna update my health. And then we have these bandits here. And they are all in zone 4. And I'm in zone 1. So let's look at their stats again. Okay, so basically we're going to roll for initiative, and I believe that is we both rolling our perception. So bandits have a perception of 50, so I'm going to roll for them first. They need to roll under. A 62. Okay, so now I'm going to roll for my perception, which is also 50. So 23. Nice. Okay, so I rolled under. Okay. So I kind of have my classic moves that I like to do. So I'm going to move up to zone 2 once. And I can't do, because I like to do expose weakness, but that they have to be in at least zone 3, so I can't do it until the next round. So for right now, I'm just moving up to zone 2, so that will be my action. And then they all move as a group, all 3. So, I made a 4th one. So they will move up 1, and they don't have, they have ranged assault, so they can aim their crossbow. So they're going to make a combat skill check. I'm going to add their skills here just as a reminder, and I'm probably going to leave it here since they come up a good amount. So they have their ranged assault, so they take aim with their crossbow and make a combat skill check in firing a bolt that deals d8 plus 2 piercing damage. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to say this first bandit is going to make that ranged assault. Their combat skill is 50, so they need to roll under 50. Wow. That's 100. What is that, like a critical failure? Does the crossbow break? I'm not sure. But that's a miss from the first one. Second one goes 45. That's a hit, so I'm going to roll d8 plus 2 for damage against me. Okay, that's 7 total. The second one does 7, but I have armor. My armor is a d8, so I'm gonna roll a d8. Sorry, not a d8 plus 2. It's just a regular d8. It only takes off 1 damage, so it did 6 damage to me. So I go down to 17. Health goes down to 17. And then this third one is going to go. They're going to try to get, again, a below 50 crossbow. that is exactly 50. So that is a hit. So D8 plus 2 once again. Okay, so it's 3 damage. Let's see what my armor does. And that will be what I take completely. Oh, my damage completely negates that. So, okay, so those 3 go. I'm back. I'm going to do expose weakness on all of them because they are a group. So expose weakness. Okay, so the targets receive plus 20 to their attack for the next d4 plus 1. So I'm going to roll a d4. That's 1. So it's only up for 2 rounds since I only rolled a 1. So I get a plus 20 on my attack. So that was my first action, was to expose weakness. And then now I am going to... Iron Storm is so classic, but I'm going to move up to zone 3 and try to take out this bandit here. And I'm going to use Iron Storm. So basically I'm using my bladed weapon, so I need to roll 60 or under for this to hit for me. Okay, 40. So that is a hit, and then that's my longsword, so that is 2d6 damage. 3, because it is a minion. I do have a rule that because it's a minion, 1 hit immediately takes it out, so that's all I need. And then that's it for me. I was only able to... I did my 2 actions, and then I moved. So this bandit is going to go. They're going to try to do their sneak attack. This one is. It's going to move here and try to do the sneak attack. Again, they need a 50 or under. 9. So they got it. D8 plus 2. So I rolled a 3, so they do 5 damage, but my armor can negate some of that, so I'm going to roll 2. So they only get me for 1 damage. 1 health. So now I am at 16. This one moves, and they're also going to do... For this round, they're going to do sneak attack as well. Oh, and that one hits. So that's a d8 plus 2 on me. Oh, that is 10 damage. Let's see if my armor will help me out here. Okay, 4. So they do 6 more to me. And I go down to 10 damage. Okay. Well, this time I'm just going to... I'm going to do Penetrating Strike. Okay, so I'm going to do Penetrating Strike, which allows me to perform a free weapon strike with a melee weapon. And it also ignores D4 protection. So that's going to be my first action. So it's got to roll under 50. Yes, 27. So I'm targeting this one right in front of me, and then I'm going to roll 2d6. I do 6 damage, and that one is done. So my second action is to try to hit this bandit in front of me. There's one more. Okay, oh, I rolled a 33, so I believe that is... When you roll doubles, that is something. I just forgot what it is called specifically. But I will note that down right now and then deal with that later. Okay, so that is a hit though, so I'm going to roll 2d6 against this final bandit. 3 damage, and this guy is out. And then I'm also tallying all the damage that I get for my achievement pool for my achievement Path of Slaughter. I need to get an accumulative amount of 200 damage in all enemies that I fight. I forgot the amount that I did total with these bandits, though. I should have wrote it down. I'm going to say 10 damage. So now I'm at 106. I need to get up to 200. Okay, so after combat, You resolve all your conditions. There is loot and gathering. So bandits are humanoid, so I'm going to roll on the humanoid loot table. Okay, so that's 30. On the humanoid loot table, that is a skill book. Okay. Now, I did roll doubles, so on any skill check during the combat encounter, I marked that skill for improvement. You can attempt a skill improvement check by rolling a d100 above that. So if I roll above a 60, then I can increase it by d4 or just by 1. So I'm going to roll a d100. Yes, I rolled a 75. So that means I can increase my bladed weapon skill by d4. And I just rolled a 1, so it just goes up to 1 anyway. So bladed weapon is now at 61. Okay, cool. Okay. After a full night of rest after combat, I recover d8 health. So I won't roll d8 health because it's not the end of the day yet. I still have one more hex to go through. So I got a skill book. You can use it to increase a skill of your choosing, so procedure to using it. So I choose the skill I wish to improve, and then I attempt a literacy check. If I'm successful at that, I can use the skill book. If successful, it increases my chosen skill by +2. My literacy is at a 10, so I need to roll under a 10 on my D100 roll. Oh! I just rolled an 8! Nice. +2 in a chosen skill? What skill should I do? Oh, definitely gathering. So gathering is now at 20. So gathering is now at 20. And speaking of gathering, I'm going to make that gathering roll here. So I just got to roll 20 or under. And I found some minerals that I need. Well, that's 58, so that's a no. So that is the end of that hex. So we are going to move to hex 13. And this is hex 2318. So okay, so this is hex 2318. Of course, time to make that daily travel check. So I'm going to roll a d10. That's a 7. Oh my god, more combats. Okay. So I'm going to roll a d20 to see who it is. It's a 6. So technically that would mean a bandit, but I'm kind of bored of bandits. Let's roll again. Let's try something else. That's a 4. I'm going to keep rolling until it's not bandit. 16. Let's see what this is. I've fought enough bandits. Let's switch it up. Okay, a 16 is a storm wolf. So these large predators with crackling blue fur and fangs that shine as lightning are relentless hunters that will chase their prey for days if necessary. Okay. So, as usual, I will move myself to Zone 1. I will move these guys over since bandits will likely be back one day. And the Storm Wolf is in Zone 4. Now, the Storm Wolf has 18 health. So it is not a minion. So one hit is not going to take this bad boy out, so... Okay. It's always highly likely that you will run into combat, I'm finding. Of course, dangerous lands. I'm not usually like super combat heavy type player, but it makes sense for my path. I chose Path of Slaughter, so I literally I'm all about slaughter and combat, so it makes sense. Okay, so we're going to roll perception. The wolf's perception is 80, so they have a really good, that makes sense. So I'm going to roll, hopefully I can roll higher than 80. Nope, I rolled a 70. So they passed theirs, and then I'm going to roll mine. And, 96. I'm done. They go first. So the Stormwolf will go. They can move once, and then they have a table So I rolled a 1. So they have Lightning Fang. That's their bite. Storm Wolf. They're literally like lightning wolves. So this one has to do with a bite, and it does need to be melee range. So that's the action I rolled for it. But it does the bite, but it's not close enough to me just yet. So I also need to get to melee range. And what I'm going to do is my usual. I'm going to expose weakness. And then let's see how many rounds that's active for. Okay, so that active for 4 rounds. Okay, so I put a little token on it. Okay, I put a little marker on it to show that it has the weakness on it. So that was one move. I wish I had like, I really wish I had like a bow and arrow or something like that, but it's fine. So that's what I'm going to do for now. So that's my round. Stormwolf is now, oof, I only have 10 health. But oh wait, I believe I have, no, wait, I have a potion of minor healing. I can take one of those. So that is a good idea. So okay, potion of minor healing only does d6, so I'm going to roll d6. So I go up to 14. So I'll just use 1 for now. So it moves up. So the Storm Wolf, it moves, it does a thunderclap howl. So it howls, it's releasing a shock wave of thunderous force. All creatures in the same zone must make a tenacity check or take d6 lightning damage and become dazed for 1 round. So my tenacity is 25. So I need to roll a 25 or under. Come on. Wow. That's a failure. I rolled a 69 and now I take d6 lightning. Okay. I just rolled a 1 lightning damage, but my armor is going to negate that. But I am dazed for 1 round. Okay, so I am dazed. It's back to me. I'm going to say that it only gives me 1 action that I can take because I'm a little out of it. And I'm going to do a penetrating... I could try Iron Storm. No, I'm going to do Penetrating Strike. It gives me a free melee strike. So that's 19. It hits. I'm going to roll 2d6. Okay, so I do 7 damage to the wolf. It now is at 11. And then I have another free strike that I can do. So I just need to roll under 50. Well, actually, nope, 61. So that's a pass. So another 2d6. Let's go. 9 more damage. This thing is down to 2. As I strike twice. Now this thing is going to go against me. So it does a chain spark. The Storm Wolf's fur arcs with energy and releases a bolt of chain lightning. It randomly chooses a target. I'm the only target here, so it chooses me. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 lightning damage, and I have to pass an agility check. Pass an agility check or the lightning arcs to another creature within the same zone. Well, I'm the only creature, so I think he's just going to hit something next to me. Okay. That's a cool ability, though. So I'm going to roll its combat skill, so it needs to get 60 or under for this to work. And I rolled 72. Yes. So it misses. And then so it's back to me. I'm going to do another strike. That's a 52. That hits. 2d6 damage. 3. Nice. And that thing, ladies and gentlemen, is dead. And total I did 19 damage. So now I am at 125 for my achievement pool. Okay, so combat is over, and now I go to get some loot. Now this was a monstrosity / beast, so let me roll that D100 and see what I get. Okay, I rolled 40. 40 for a beast is a random formula. Okay. Okay, so I need to determine the formula type, so I'm going to roll a d6 on the formula table. Okay, that's a 2. A 2 is a random alchemical formula, so I'll roll on the chemical creations table, page 203, to find out which one. Okay, nice. So I will roll a d20 to see which one I get. So that's a 6. I got a potion of major healing. And that does 2d6 plus 1. Okay, potion of major healing, that's going to come in handy once, because I don't know what this rift closure is going to look like, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to make it my usual gathering roll. Try to get under 20. That's a 64, so that's nothing. What's my health at? Okay, so my health is at 14 now. So my health is at 14. I believe it's the end of day 6, so I can roll a d8 for health recovery. Okay, so I get 5 more, and I go up to 19 health. Nice. And now we are going to move. We're going to wade through the water here. It looks like we are in Goldmire Bay. Okay, we're going to move to Hex 2417. And we're going to make that travel check. Okay, so that's a 2. Travel check is a 2. So that is a noteworthy encounter here in the Crystal Plains. And so I will roll a d20 to see what that encounter is. Usually these are just things I kind of look upon. So 15. An ancient city of ruin that lies in a state of decay. Its crystal structures broken and its secrets lost to time. Okay, interesting. I'm going to roll my gathering check. Under 20, let's go. Oh, 32, nothing. Nothing for the skill check. That's totally fine. We will move to the next hex, and that's 2416. As we move down one. Let's see what we get. Roll that d10 for the travel check. Oh, that's a 9. Okay, so that is a combat encounter. Let's see who it is. I'm going to roll a d20 until it's... I'm not going to fight bandits again. It really wants me to fight bandits. Oh my god. 19. There we go. 19 is a Thunderbird. Okay, let's see what the Thunderbird does. Okay, so now we are in this fight with the Thunderbird. Their perception is 70. So let's see how it goes. They have 15 health, so it's not a minion. My house rule is that 12 and under is a minion. Thunderbird is not. They start in zone 4. Their perception is 70, so I'm going to roll that to see who goes first. They rolled 84, so they rolled over. I just need to roll under 50. Nice. Okay, so I rolled a 20, so I'm going to go first. Of course, I can't do much, so what I'm going to do is move to zone 2. And that's about it, because the bird is... The bird can move too. I mean, it's a bird, so it's going to go up to zone 3, and then to zone 2. And then the Thunderbird's going to create a thunderstorm within this zone. And I have to make an agility check, or I take 2d6 lightning damage. My agility is 50. So I just need to roll under 50. Come on. Yes. That is a 29. So I am able to dodge it. I see the thunder clapping and the storm coming. And so I'm going to go, you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm going to expose weakness, of course. That is such a good ability. Like, why not use it every single time? Okay, so I can use it for 3 rounds. So that is what I'm going to put a little number on it. So the 3 represents how many rounds I can use that. That's 1 action. And then the second one is Iron Storm. Let's see if that works. I need to roll... I keep saying 50, but it's 61 or under for this, so... Oh my god, I rolled a 1. I feel like 1 should be super critical success, no? Okay, so I rolled a 1, so it's a success. So I'm going to roll the 2d6. So that's 1. I roll not 1, but I rolled a 4 for the first one. I'm gonna roll it again. That's a 5, so that's a 9. And this thing takes 9 damage. So it takes 9 damage. It is down. Oh my god, I've totally been forgetting to add the plus 20 from the exposed weakness. Wow, okay. I forgot to do it for the bandits earlier too. It's fine. It's down to 6 already because Iron Storm worked. I get to roll again. That's a 38, so that's a hit, and I'm going to roll another 2d6. And that is 8 damage. This thing is chicken. Burnt chicken. Dead. This Thunderbird is Thunder Chicken now. Totally dead. 2 hits and dead. Okay, so that is a beast elemental. So if I go to loot, I'm going to roll a d100 to see what I get for the bird. I rolled 89. Okay, I get a magic item. Now, let's see what this magic item is. So, it's just a few rolls you got to make for the rarity, the type, and all that good stuff. So, I'm going to make those rolls real quick. Okay, so I rolled a rare belt. So, it is a rare belt. So, let's see what it is. Let me roll a d20 to see what kind of belt. It is, I can re-roll any check once per day. Okay. I always forget that I have magic gloves on and it adds +1 damage. There's like things that I am forgetting that would be helpful. So because I got this rare belt made out of burnt chicken feathers, I am going to make my gathering roll. So if we head back here. Did it hit me for any damage at all? Oh, it actually never got me for any damage, so I'm still at 19. But I was able to add, I can add 15 more to my achievement pool. My achievement pool goes up to 140. Nice. So I'm going to make my gathering roll 75. That's not going to do it. I need to get under 20 for gathering. Oh, that's a 1. Yes. Okay. It's slow going, but I got something. Okay. So I'm making this gathering roll because I also have a delivery. I have a delivery quest as well that's kind of like in the background. So I need to deliver 7 alchemical ingredients, and I believe I only got 1 so far. Okay, so I need to see what I found. I'm going to roll a d10 to see. So that's a 10. It is a rare ingredient. Okay, so that is the end of day 7, and I'm going to roll a d8 for health. Okay, just goes up 1, so my health is now at 20. Okay, so let's go to Hex 2515, and we'll make the travel check. And that is a 4. So that is an interesting find. So I'll roll the d20 to see what the interesting find is. It's a 3. A blind elder sits atop a cracked crystal, offering prophecies in exchange for a piece of your storm. That's d6 health in blood. Use the action theme tables to generate the prophecy. Do I want to give up health for a prophecy? Like, do I want to become sick? Boring answer is no. So I'm going to pass and say thanks, but no thanks. Maybe on my way back. Well, we'll see. Okay. And then I'm going to make my usual gathering check and hope I get under 20. That's a 46, so nothing. And then we are now in Hex 2514 here. And And let's see what we roll for the travel check. Whoa, that's a 10. Combat encounter. Okay, this time if it goes on bandits, I'll keep it. So I'll roll that d20 to see who it is. It's a 13. Okay, so it's not a bandit. Let's see who it is. 13 is a gale spider. Now, this is a gale spider, and it can move twice. These are spider-like creatures that can spin webs of lightning and manipulate the winds, using them to ensnare their prey. So it does have 12, so in my rules, 12 is a minion. So I just need to get one hit, and it will be dealt with. But I got to get to it first, and we have to roll for initiative. So the initiative for the spider was 94, and their perception is 20. That's crazy. Like, don't they have a whole bunch of eyes? And then my perception, let's see, 90. There's no way I rolled 94 twice. What? Wow. Okay, so it's a tie. What does... So when both combatants roll the same number during an opposed check, such as initiative, the victor is determined by the highest relevant skill score. So we both rolled for perception. And, okay, so mine's 50, so I can go. But there's not much I can do anyway, so I don't know if it matters. So I went first. If I had some type of like cool ranged weapon, then it would be sick, but yeah. So the spider's going to go. The spider can move twice, so they're going to move to zone 3, and then they're going to move to zone 2. And they're going to do the lightning strike. It calls down a bolt of lightning against the target. So I need to make an agility check. And my agility is 50, so got to roll under 50. Oof, that's 69. So I suffer D10 plus 2 lightning damage. Okay, so I rolled a 4. So plus 2 is 6. And then I'm going to roll my armor to see how much. Oof, it only helps. I take 5 damage total. So my health goes down to 15. Okay. So I'm not going to do my exposed weakness. I'm just going to do regular graceful strike. I'm going to see if I hit. So I need to get 61 or under. Okay, that's 31. And then I roll 2d6. 9. And the spider is dead. Quick. That's how fast I want combat to be. So then we will go to loot. This thing is a beastie. So I'm going to roll a d100 to see. 33. Oh, I rolled doubles, but it wasn't on a check. It was just for loot. Okay, so 33 is armor manual. And I'm guessing that armor manual I can like learn something about armor. And this is the final hex in the day, so I'll roll a d8 for health. Okay, that's just 2, so health goes up to 17. Okay, so I have an armor manual, so I gain proficiency with a random armor type. So to find out which armor type, I have to roll on the random armor table. So I'll roll a d100 to see what I learned. Okay, so that's a 2. A 2 is full plate armor, but I believe I have half plate now. Okay, so I got full plate. So full plate armor is d8 plus 1, and the max integrity is d plus a d12. Full plate applies a negative 20 to stealth and a negative 10 to agility. Ooh, you know what? I use agility a lot. I don't know if I'll put it on because I don't want my agility to go down to 40. But I will put it in that I am proficient in it, but I won't put the full plate armor on for right now. Okay, so because of my magical belt, I can reroll any check once per day if I need to. So I'm gonna Okay. 43 for my first gathering roll, and then I'm going to roll again. That's a 35. So I do not pass the gathering check. That's fine. I'll have more chances. But now we are at day 9. And this day is when we will get to hex 19, and that's where the rift closure is. So that was my goal. So let's see how that goes. But first, we have to move to the first hex before we get to the rift closure. So we're really close. So I believe, what is this? I believe this is 20. This is 2613. It's a little hard to see, but okay, the spider. Oh, I killed a spider, so I believe I just did like 6 damage to it. So my achievement pool goes up. Now we're going to roll for the... That's a 3. I did the travel check. 3, it's another interesting find. It's a hit or miss with these interesting finds. I don't interact with them much. That's an 11. The collapsed watchtower of blackened crystal stands amid scorch marks. For reasons that escape you, the watchtower appears to have been struck multiple times by lightning, until nothing but rubble remains. A successful perception check allows you to find something of interest among the rubble, though roll on the random findings table. Okay, I can roll perception, minus 50. Oh, I rolled 56. I could re-roll because I have that magical belt, but I'm about to get to the like my finale here, so I'm gonna save that re-roll. Actually, see how that goes. So I failed, so I'm not able to find anything on the random findings table. That's fine. But you know what I can do? I can roll gathering. Let's go. That's 67, so nothing. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, we finally made it to hex number 19, which is 2612. Okay, so this is where the rift closure is. Here in the water, I guess. It's in the water of Goldmire Bay. Okay, so how does this work? Okay, so when you first arrive in a rift's vicinity, there are always some creatures that have come out of it but are still lingering around it. So roll d4 times on the rift's monster table. For example, if the rift is a frozen wasteland, then you would roll in the frozen wasteland monsters table and find out what creatures are in your way. These don't attack all at once. You can face each group separately. As self-contained mini-dimensional spaces, each rift has a clear thematic design defined by its type of terrain and the creatures associated with it. This is known as the rift's dominion. When you first enter a rift, you must roll in the rift dominion table to find out what you'll be facing inside. And then once you know what type of rift you'll be exploring, follow the rift exploration procedures. Okay, so I am now in the vicinity. So there's always some creatures, as it said. So I'm going to roll d4 times on the rift's monster table. Okay, so roll d4 times on the rift's monster table. Okay, so let's determine the rift's dominion to find out what we'll be facing and to figure out its thematic design and environment. Now, I'm in Goldmire Bay. I'm in the water, so I don't know if I could roll a d8, but I think either the underground cave system or the 1,000 islands makes the most sense. So I'm just going to choose that one. And then I'm going to roll a d4 to see how many separate groups of monsters are guarding that entrance. So 1,000 islands. This is a vast and varied ocean environment characterized by a multitude of small islands and coral reefs. They are usually close enough from each other that crossing from one island to the next poses no challenge at all, often supposing nothing more than a short swim or hop from reef to reef. As one would expect, water-based monsters thrive in this environment. but there is bothersome crossing. Each time you generate a new link, roll a d10. A roll result of 1 to 4 means that there's no bridge or other solid passage, and you must swim to the next area. This requires an easy athletics check. Failure implies you start drowning. Oof. Okay. Okay, so it's 1,000 islands, and then I'm going to roll a d4 to see how many groups. Okay, I rolled a 2. Okay, so the overall description, read that already. So there are some dangers here, and there are monsters as well. Oof, a coral kraken? No thanks. Okay. So I rolled a 2. There are 2 separate groups of monsters from this water dominion that are guarding the entrance, and I can engage them one at a time. To see exactly what horrors washed ashore, I'm going to roll 2d10, for 1 for each group on this 1,000 Island Monsters table. So this is the first d10. Okay, so that's a 3. So a 3 is an island golem. Okay, and then I'm going to roll another d10. Let's see what I get. Okay, that's a 9, which is a sky ray. Okay. Okay, so first we got to deal with this island golem. A towering humanoid creature made of stone and clay that could smash through anything in its way. It has 18 health, so it is not. I have 17 health, it has 18. It is not a minion, so I'm going to say this one is an island golem. So there's only one of them. Their perception is 50. My perception is also 50, so we both need to roll under 50. Wow, I rolled a 1 for the island golem. I don't think I'm going to be beating that. I rolled a 46. So, island golem is going to go first. They slam into the ground. So the island golem moves forward, slams into the ground, but it doesn't deal any damage because I'm not in that same zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm moving to zone 2, and you know what I am doing. I'm doing Iron Storm. Iron Storm maybe, but well, I can't do Iron Storm, but I can do Expose Weakness. So I'm moving to zone 2, Expose Weakness, to the island golem, and then I'm going to roll d4 to see how long it lasts. 2 plus 1 is 3, so it lasts for 3 rounds. So that's all I'm going to do. Island golem is now in my same zone, and it's going to attack me. So it's going to charge. It charges in my direction, dealing 3d6 bludgeoning damage. I'm going to roll agility to see if I can dodge it. I have to roll under 50. Yes. I rolled a 36, so I'm able to dodge out of the way of the golem. And now I'm going to do Iron Storm. And I have a plus 20, so 81. I got to roll under 81. Okay, I rolled 13. That's a hit. So that's 11 damage for the first one. It goes down to 7, and because I use Iron Storm, I can go again, but this time it'll be I have to get 61, because it's minus 20 each time I re-roll it, so 50, perfect. I'm going to roll 2d6 again. That's a 7, exactly what it needed. That thing is dead as I stab. Island Golem, you're out of here, pal. So I'm going to move back to zone 1. Now I have to deal with this Sky Ray. Okay, Sky Ray. It's a giant manta ray that can soar through the air and snatch characters off of the ground with its powerful jaws. So that's the end of that combat. I will make the kind of after combat rolls and loot and stuff after. So I have to deal with this Sky Ray. It has 18 health. Its perception is 40. So I'm going to roll. It needs to roll under 40. I think that's it. No, that's 72. Okay, so I need to roll under 50 for me. That's an 8. I mean, you know, I could go first. And since they can fly, they can move twice. So they're going to go to zone 3 and then zone 2. So now we're in the same zone. And let's see. It does a dive bomb. So it flies up high into the air and then dives towards me. I need to pass an agility check or it's going to deal some bludgeoning damage. So agility, I got to roll under 50. Let's go. 45. Yes. I'm able to dodge out of the way as I see this huge sky ray fly up. Okay, so you guys already know what I'm going to do. Okay. First action, expose weakness. Okay, so let's just see how long it lasts. It lasts for 5 rounds. Okay, so, and then I am going to use Penetrating Strike because it gives me a free melee strike as well. So I gotta roll under 61. That's a 7. So I'm gonna roll 2d6. So that is 7 on the first hit, and then I'm gonna roll again for that free hit, and 8. So I do 15 as I strike twice, and it goes down to 3 health. And then it's going to go. What is it going to do? It's going to try to snatch me out of the sky. It's like I was able to, like, I saw that it was flying up in the air to dive towards me. As I dove out of the way. Sword goes up. I go to stab it, but now it's trying to grab onto me. And I have to make another agility check or become restrained. Okay, so agility, I got to roll under 50. Let's go. Oh, that's a 97. I can re-roll. I have my magic belt. Okay, I'll use it now. Oh my god, that's a 90! The re-roll didn't work. No. Okay, I become restrained. Oh my gosh. I am restrained, and I suffer 2 piercing damage. It ignores all protection every round. So, So I'm incapable of movement, but I can still attack, but my attacks are made with disadvantage. So when I'm rolling a d100, I read the result with the greater number as the 10th digit and the lesser number as the 1. I can attempt to remove restraint condition during combat. So I can attempt a free athletics check once per round. So athletics is a 50, so I can try. It's back to me. That's what I'm going to try. I could do it. It's a free action. So I'm going to try to roll under 13. Okay. That was a free action. I'm able to break free. I am no longer restrained. So I'm just going to roll again with the penetrating strike. That's a 12, so that's a hit. And I do 10 damage. This thing is done. I break out of it with my sword, slice through its claw, like its little clawed talons, cut off its feet, and it flops to the ground. Skyray and Island Golem are dead. So I did suffer 2 damage, I believe, from the piercing when it picked me up, so I am at 15 health. Okay, so it's the end of combat, so I'm going to do the loot real quick. I believe these were beasts. So I'm going to roll a d100. So that's 82. So that's a magic item. Then I rolled a 15, so I got random monster parts, which makes sense for the Island Golem at least. Okay, so I defeated those monsters as a part of the rift closure. So after combat, once those are defeated, I'm going to proceed to explore the Thousand Islands Rift. So the overall description, I'm going to roll a d20 to see what that overall description is, and I got a 10. A group of islands that are home to a variety of hidden waterfalls and streams, which create a lush and vibrant landscape. Now, the area links. I'm going to roll a d6 to determine the number of links to new areas from the entry portal. The result will be between a 1 and a 4. So, rift exploration time. As you already know, the goal when inside a rift is to find and eliminate the Riftlord as fast as possible. Unfortunately, this usually means hours or even days of searching inside the rift's dimensional space. In order to do so, a rift is divided into sections of interest called areas. These vary depending on the nature of the rift. In an underground cave system, an area might be a large cavern dug by a river, whereas in the sky islets dominion, each area will typically be a different single floating islet. So when exploring a rift, grab a blank rift exploration sheet and follow these steps. So we rolled on the Dominion's overall description and we learned of its appearance and geography. So now we need to place the entry portal in the middle of the sheet. Okay, so let me get that sheet now. Okay, so now I need to roll for area links. Determine how many paths, bridges, lead away from this starting island. You generate the visual starting area. How many paths lead deeper into the rift? We also initialize the Riftlord hunt usage die at D8. Place the entry portal in the middle of the sheet. Okay, hopefully I do this right. Where is the middle of the sheet technically? So there are 63 squares. Okay, I'm gonna place it here. So this is the rift opening. I'm gonna place it in this one. This seems to be the middle. D5. Okay, so I put a little orange square around the rift opening. I'm guessing this is where we're starting, maybe? We'll see. So generate the number of links. So these can be tunnels, paths, bridges, or anything appropriate for the Dominion you find yourself in. They have no gameplay repercussions. Place the links on any of the 4 sides of the area you are currently in. You're free to decide which area the links connect to. Okay, so this is the area I'm in. I believe I'm at the entry portal, right? In the middle of the sheet. So I'm going to roll that D6 to generate the number of links. Okay, so there are 6 links. I rolled a 6. Okay, so there are 4 links. Paths leading away from this starting island. But in the Thousand Islands Dominion, travel isn't always easy, so we have to check the bothersome crossing rule for each path. So that's 4d10. So what if I just rolled 4d10? Okay, so that's 2, 5, 5, 8. So 1 through 4 is no bridge. I have to swim, so I have to make that athletics check. And then 5 through 10 is a solid passage. So for path number 1, it's like a submerged route. The bridge here is shattered or sunken, so to cross I have to swim through dark, foggy water. So it requires an easy athletics check, but failure means that I drown. So my athletics is at 50, but because it's easy I get a plus 10. So I need to roll a 60 or under. Okay, I rolled a 48. Got it. So I'm going to cross into area 2, but we also need to see what is waiting for us. So, and then I'll roll the dice for the area feature. And so I'll roll at D10. Rolled a 7. And then I'm going to roll a D8. This is for the Riftlord hunt to see if I spot the Riftlord immediately. So I need a roll of a 1 or a 2, I think. So once you've dealt with whatever you found, check if the Riftlord's there. This is done by following the usage die rules. So it starts at D8. In order to determine what type of creature the Riftlord is, follow the rules on page 216. If he isn't in this area you just entered, generate new links to new areas to start all over again. It's assumed that exploring a single area takes about 1 hour. So I will roll that usage die for that D8 and hope for 1s and 2s. That's a 5. So he's not here. So I'm guessing that I'm here, and then I really don't understand this Rift exploration page. I'm starting in the middle. I guess these are like the different islands. So because I rolled a 7 on the danger table, There are 1,000 island dangers in each place that you go to. So I'm going to roll a d20. And that's an 11. So that is a combat counter. And then I will roll on the 1,000 island monster. Roll a d10. And that's a 4. So a jellyfish swarm is in the next area. Okay, so I moved up one area. There is a link here. But there are jellyfish here as well. Okay, so jellyfish only have 3 health. So these are just a bunch of minions. So I'm going to just try to do a whole bunch of damage. But there's a lot of them. That's the thing. There's like 10. Oh. Okay, so the thing is, there's a bunch of jellyfish. They only have 3 health, so they will go down in 1 hit because of my house rule. 3 health each. Their perception is 40. So let's see who goes first. So they rolled over. That's 42. I need to roll under 50 for mine. Oh, I rolled 82. So we both failed. And let's see how much they can move. They can move 1. So they're going to move 1. I'm going to move 1. I'm going to do expose weakness as usual, and then I'm just going to see how long it lasts. Lasts for 5 rounds. So I got expose weakness going on all the jellyfish. So that was my 1 move. So jellyfish are going to move into zone 2. That's where I'm at. So we're all in the same zone. They're trying to electrify me, and I have to pass in an agility check or suffer D8 damage. So hopefully I have to roll under 50. Yes. Okay, so I passed the agility check, so I do not get shocked. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to do a whole bunch of damage. So I'm going to do Iron Storm. Right now I got to roll under 80. Oh no, that's a miss. That was my first action. I'm going to do Strike then. And try again. Okay, so I rolled for Penetrating Strike. It allows me to do a free melee action. So I'm going to do 2d6, see how much takes that out. That's 10. I'm going to say if I do double damage, that's how much it takes out. So I did 10, so that takes out 2 of them. So 2 of them are gone. And then I get a free strike. I'm going to roll again. And that's 3, so it takes out 1 more. So it's back to the jellyfish. And I think they're going to try to electrify me again. And I'm trying to use my agility to get out of the way. Yes, I pass. Okay, it's back to me. I am going to do Iron Storm. That passes. That's 2d6, so I take 2 of them out on that first hit. And then I can roll again for Iron Storm. Oh, that's a 95. That's a fail. So that's all I got. Well, I did Iron Storm, and then I could do 1 more action. I will just try to Penetrating Strike once again. Gotta roll under... Oh, well, that's a miss. I rolled 77. Back to the jellyfish. So that's a 4. They're going to try to envelop me. They're trying to engulf me. D6 poison damage as they try to engulf me. I have to pass an agility check or I'm engulfed, and then I also get poisoned. 56. My agility is 50. Oh, I fail, so I get D8 poison. 7. That's 7 poison damage to me. And I don't think my armor can help against that. Okay, so it's back to my turn. So I rolled a 20 on Iron Storm, so that's a pass. So that's 10. I take out 2 more. And I am going to roll Ironstorm again, but I need to roll under a 61 this time. 8. Okay, another success. 7. Oh, no, that's 7 will take out 2, and then I have 1 more. I can roll Ironstorm again because I passed. This time under 41. Yes, I rolled a 35. Gonna roll damage here. 1 hit, and it's out, as it is a minion. Okay, I only have 8 health, but I have a potion of major healing. That is 2d6 plus 1, so let me roll that. Okay, only 5 health, so I go up to 13. Okay, dealt with the jellyfish. Okay. Gotta add in the damage I did for the jellyfish. Getting closer to finishing that achievement. So the jellyfish are beasts, so I can loot them. Okay, get a random blueprint. Okay, so now I need to find a path to area 3. So I'm gonna roll 1d6, see how many paths lead away from this island. So I rolled a 5, so there are 3 paths. Okay, so that is 10, 6, and 10, 6, 6 for the 3 paths leading away from this area. So these are all solid passages. So this is all kind of taking a little bit of a long time to fight this, to find the Riftlord, to fight it. I went through a lot of hexes to find it, and then there's like so many steps to just get to it in the first place. So we're going to speed things up a little bit. We are going to find the Riftlord. We found him. Yay! So this is going to be the Abyssal Sea Serpent. This is the Riftlord in this area. It's a colossal serpent with scales like black iron eyes, with the burning with psychic energy, and it breaches the surface and it towers over the island, and you can see the water cascading over its spine. And we are going to fight. I'm going to do my best. I have 15 health. That is crazy. And I'm going up against the Abyssal Sea Serpent. So let's get his token up here. We'll say it's this guy. Now he has 36 HP. I have 15. I am starting at a disadvantage in so many ways. You guys can't imagine. So let's see. And it has a Riftlord bonus. All of its attacks deal +2 psychic damage. The Riftlord, and it also has an environmental hazard. So because of the environment we're in, it's like churning the water violently. So at the start of every turn, I have to make an athletics check or be knocked prone by these crashing waves. So this is going to be one crazy fight, and we'll see how it goes. So first, I have to make an athletics check just to stand my ground against these waves. And my athletics is 50. Oh my god, and I rolled a 90. Of course. I am probably going to die, and that is going to be fun. So, the serpent doesn't wait. The sea serpent, it lunges with a venomous gnawing bite, and its jaws are dripping with green toxin. So if it hits, I have to make an endurance. I have to make an endurance check, which is 40, or I will be poisoned. So let's see, Riftlords. Okay, so it's going to try to do that bite, but it is a sea serpent, and it starts in zone 4. So I'm going to do the usual. Where we're going to roll for initiative, but I am already knocked prone. Okay, so the Riftlord has a perception of 60, so I'm gonna roll and it got 43, and for me, I rolled 39. So I can technically, if I go first, but it doesn't matter because I don't. What am I supposed to do? Stab the sea serpent? Oh my gosh. Well, actually, I don't move because I was knocked prone. I'm just going to use one action just to stand up. So that's my action. Okay, so the sea serpent, it can only move once, so it's going to move to zone 3, and then it's my turn, and now I can finally move up 1, and then of course I don't have much, so I'm going to use exposed weakness and just see how long it lasts. It lasts only for 1 round. Oh no. Okay. Actually, exposed weakness is a d4 plus 1, so it's supposed to be 1 plus 1. So it lasts for 2 rounds. Okay. Okay, so it is going to move. I did exposed weakness. It's going to move to zone 2. And then I'm going to roll to see what it's going to do. So yes, again, it's going to do combat skill and try to do that venomous 9 bite to me. So it needs to roll 50 or under for it to hit. Please roll higher. Oh, I rolled a 26. So it's going to give me d10 plus 3. Okay, d10 plus 3. So 8 damage, but I have armor, so let's see. Okay, the armor, oh, it does 6 damage. Oh, so I'm at 9 health. And I need to make an endurance check, or I'm poisoned for 1 round. Endurance is 40. Okay, come on. 40 or under. Let's go. Oh, I am poisoned for 1 round. That is unfortunate. Okay, so it's back to me. I am going to use Iron Storm. Got to roll under 80. Perfect. So I'm going to roll 2d6. That is 5. So it's down to 31. So first I needed to roll under 81. Now I need to roll under 61 for the second. Okay, that's 57. So it's another 2d6 for Iron Storm. Okay, that's 7 more damage I do to the serpent. You guys, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's now at 24. I need to roll now under 41 to hit. That's 100. That's crazy. That's a miss. Okay, so it's back to the serpent. Ooh. So let's see what they do. It's a 5. So they're going to try to constrict me. They're trying to constrict me and coil around me, so they need to roll a combat skill. If successful, I am restrained. So I can roll against this action. Means it's a basic attack if I'm trying to attack it. So I can still attack. I can try to get out of the restrained. But let's see. So I'm going to roll. It needs to roll 50 or under to pass, and I'm hoping for 51 at least. Let's go. Of course, I rolled 40. So it rolled the combat skill. I'm going to roll agility to try to get away from its constriction. My agility is 50. 50 or under, come on. Oh my god, I rolled a 99! Which means I rolled doubles, so, you know, on agility. I will deal with that after I die, actually. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's back to my turn. I'm going to try to break out of the restraint. So I'm going to roll. Okay, I can attempt an athletics check. A free one, once per round. But then I can also use Graceful Strike as well. Okay, so athletics. My athletics is 50. Come on. Oh my god, I rolled a 62. So I am not out of restrained, but I can still attack. So I'm just going to do 1 regular strike. And that is a miss. And I'm still restrained. So back to the serpent. Wow, I'm rolling poorly. So it's going to gnaw at me again while it's constricting me. And I rolled a 1. So that is just... I'm rolling too well for the enemy. This is crazy. Okay. So D10 plus 3. Okay, so it does 9 damage. 9 minus 4. So it does 5, and I'm at 4 health. I already used my potion of major healing. I have 2 potions of minor healing, which is just a D6, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to use a potion of minor healing. So that takes 1 standard action. I only have 2, so... Oh my god, and it only gives me 1 health. Okay, so I'm up to 5 health. That was 1 action. What I will do next is just a regular... I'm going to do Penetrating Strike because that will allow me a free melee strike after. So I do need to roll 61 or under. Okay, so that hits. There we go. Okay, 11 damage. So it goes down to 13. I can roll again, another strike, and it only does 2. So it goes down to 11. As I striked it twice. I'm still restrained. I can take an athletics action to try to get out for free. So I need to get 50 or under. Okay, 42. Oh, God, I'm no longer restrained. Oh, Jesus. And I only have 5. I only have 5 health, so it is back. That was all the actions I could take. Back to... So it's going to try to strike me with its tail, so it will deal D12 bludgeoning damage if it hits. So come on, this is for the enemy. Come on, let's roll over 50. Oh. Wow, I'm rolling so well for the enemy. And that's a 9. If my armor doesn't help me, I could possibly go down right now. So... Oh my god. It does 8 damage. I go down. I'm down to 0. So it hits me for 0. Now usually there is a timer. You roll 1d4 plus 1 to see if you can be healed, brought back to at least 1 HP. I don't have any companions to help out with that. So if the timer runs out, right, you die. So you can resurrect back in Car Helos, but you will lose all your current gear, and you'll lose 1 ability, and you reduce your max health by D4. Okay, sure. But I don't have any companions, so I'm down. I'm going to say that I am completely dazed, right? I have 1 more potion of minor healing, and that's what I'll use 1 standard action to roll for. Oh my god, and it only brings me back up to 1 health. So I'm back up. And I have 1 more action. Oh, okay, I get back up. I have everything within me is fighting to just lie down and go to sleep forever. Okay, so this is it. I am going to make my final Penetrating Strike action, because it does give me a free melee strike after this. But I do need to hit. And Exposed Weakness is already off. It only lasted for 2 rounds. So I need to roll a 61 or under. And I've been rolling like dog trash right now. So, okay, 61 or under. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay, I rolled a 58. Oh my god. If I can roll 2 6s, this thing is dead. Okay, 8. On my first hit, it goes down to 3. Oh my god, I'm gonna roll 2d6 again. Oh my god, oh my. It's dead. Did I really kill it? Oh my. This thing? Oh my god. I seriously can't believe I killed it. I thought I was going to die and then be transported back to Car Helos and like lose everything. Wow. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. I'm all out of potions of minor healing. I'm all out of all healing potions, actually. I started this whole thing with only 17 out of 23. Wow. That is a crazy comeback. I literally went from knocking on death's door to slaying a dimensional god in a single turn. And with that final penetrating strike, I pierced the sea serpent's defenses. So I see the massive creature collapses, and this rift is closed. Oh, okay, so apparently defeating the Riftlord, you get a epic magic item. So I will roll a d100 to determine which unique artifact drops from its fading form. Okay, that's a 71. So that is a ring of storage. This ring acts as a standard spatial bag. Item slot, ring. Okay. Okay, so I also have successfully completed Quest 4. So I also earned that one blueprint or formula as well. And then, let's see what kind of formula it is. So I'm going to roll a d6. So I rolled a 2, so it's a random alchemical formula. So, and my reputation goes up. So as such, every successful quest that you've completed increases your adventuring reputation by 1. So I need to get up to 20 I'm still considered an initiate, but my reputation goes up by 1. So, okay, I'll take it. Oh, how much damage did I do to that thing? At least 36, so... Oh, nice. Okay. I have reached that achievement, so I believe my protection goes up by 1. Okay, so... Also, completing a quest triggers a slight level up, so I can increase 1 combat skill by 3, and then I can increase 1 non-combat skill by 3 as well. So I'm going to increase Gathering by 3, so Gathering goes up to 23. And 1 combat skill goes up by 3, and that's Bladed Weapons for sure. And now that's 64. Okay, so that is where we're going to end this session. It's kind of a long one, and I think that's where I'm going to end my playthrough of Riftbreakers. I tested out this system, and I think my conclusion is that it's probably not for me. I think I have my house rules that simplified things, but at the end of the day, I think it's still a little bit too involved, and there's still like a lot of just like a domino effect of making checks and rolls. And if you roll this, then go here, and then add this, and then go here, and then add this, and roll on this table to figure out another table that you have to roll on. So there's a lot going on. I know a lot of people are completely fine with that. I think it's just a little bit too, I guess the word might be convoluted. But I know that might have like a negative connotation to it. But I know some people are very much into that. I think if there was like a VTT that automated a lot of this, it might be easier. But I think on my end, there's a lot of tables to be rolling on for stuff that I just want to happen really quickly. I want combat to move faster, and I want to find. And the Rift exploration didn't really make sense, so I just completely skipped it and just found the Riftlord. Almost died. That was pretty interesting. But I think this is going to be my last playthrough of Riftbreakers. But I hope I know that a lot of people find this very, very fun, and for those people, I say more power to them. I think the other games that are being played on my solo channel are really going to show what I'm really having fun with in these games. But I had fun, like truly, with creating Tessa, and the whole tutorial part was like really fun. I wish more games had that kind of, go through these steps and like test out a little combat, a little exploration, a little gathering. All that was like really, really interesting. So I had fun with that part. But yes, at the end of the day, the core gameplay loop after the tutorial and character creation is still a little too crunchy for me. Um, Out of Black Oath Games, I think I will be returning to Salvage and Sorcery at some point. I had a lot of fun with that game though. Um, that was simpler and less to track, and I think even Alex explains that that's his most simple game, and I would definitely agree. But I had an interesting time learning this game. If anything, it like confirmed what my style is in terms of solo play. So not for me, but I'm glad games like this exist for people who like this style and really vibe with it. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave it off for Tessa Ward in Riftbreakers 2E. And I will continue on with, you know, with other games that fit my style just a little bit better. But if you stuck around and watched this, thank you. And I hope you stick around for other videos that I put out for other games that I like to play solo. So have fun and keep rolling dice out there, everybody.